Welcome to my channel. Endeavors. Sunday today. Hindi ako nag-off kasi ganito. May gala kami. Andito kami sa Singapore Ducktour. Yeah, mixer. Antay kami ng 10 minutes kasi sakay kami ng duck. Hey guys, ang ganda guys. Ganda rito guys, oh. Katamate na to? Katamate na eh? Dami kayo? Dami. We need to wait, okay? Mommy's coming. So guys, may babalik ako ha.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Time. We will all be together for the next 50 to 55 minutes. No more chance of getting out. We've already locked the door. Okay, so this will be both land and water. Kids, for the first part of this tour, we will be like a bus on the road, and then once we reach the waterfront area, we will make a splash into the water and we will turn into a boat. All good? Okay, so few safety reminders. Please remain seated at all times. Masks must be worn also at all times. Okay? Is everybody ready? Okay, Captain, let's move. First time. Okay. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for coming out this afternoon. Darius!
Quack, quack! I heard my name! Who called my name? Oh, hi there! I'm Darius, the coolest duck in the whole wide world. Isn't this a great day to go a-splashing? Going on a journey. Thank you for choosing our multi-award-winning amphibious tour, the original Duck Tours. Now, for your safety, please ensure you keep your arms and head within the vehicle at all times, especially when taking photos or videos. Parents, do look after your little ones. Kindly remain seated when the duck is on the move. We will cover the historic Civic District and the scenic harborfront. If there are no holdups in traffic, we will be back here in about an hour. I bet you're a little curious about this wacky duck ride. Let me share with you its life story. Born in the 1960s, it is a bona fide Vietnam War craft. Yep, believe it or not, 3 of our ducks were ridden with bullet holes when we first found them in America. During the war, this duck was used to carry ammunition and rations from ship to shore. It also supported the Marines in their beach landing operations. We have since upgraded it to a modern hydrostatic system with additional safety features. It is now fully remodeled into a cute duck for city sightseeing. Quack, quack! I'm back! There are 2 amphibious tour operators in Singapore. Whee! You got it right! We are the original and the Singapore Tourism Award-winning duck. Now, listen up, kids. If you spot a copycat at any time on this journey, shout, "We are the best!" The first to do so wins a duck quacker. Quack! Quack! You may have noticed that the traffic here in Singapore is relatively smooth. This is the result of 3 effective measures put in place to keep traffic congestion at bay. 1. High vehicle import tax in excess of 100% to keep it expensive and deter car ownership. 2. 2, the number of new cars allowed on the road is controlled. To purchase a new car, one needs to bid for a permit called a Certificate of Entitlement, or COE for short. Every fortnight, the Land Transport Authority will release a number of COEs equivalent to cars delisted during the same period. Left to market forces, the bidding can make you poorer by US $50,000 even before stepping into the car showroom. That's not all. The permit is only valid for 10 years. Look around you, there are not many old cars on the road. Bet you didn't know, Singapore is the world's second largest exporter of used cars after Japan. The third measure is enforced through the electronic road pricing scheme. The more you drive and the more congested the stretch, the more you pay. The cost of owning a car in Singapore may be 2 to 3 times higher than other major cities. To lure drivers away from their wheels, the government continues to invest heavily in our public transportation system.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are now about to make a splash into the waters. Okay, so remember, please do not stand when we are making the entry. Parents, please look after the little ones and kindly secure loose bags as it may drop during the splash.
Sir, just hold him because he might get here. Just hold this because it might drop.
Is everybody ready?
Yeah!
Sorry, Captain, you heard them? Let's go! Oops, let me pass first. We will do a countdown of 3, 2, 1, and then we enter the waters, okay? So join me in the countdown. All set. We are now doing this. Ladies and gentlemen, in 3, 2, 1.
Are you okay? Okay. Take a shower, sir. Sir, would you like to use hand sanitizer also? The water is dirty.
Thank you.
No, for you.
Huh?
For you. That was a nice one.
That's okay? Oh.
We are now starting the 30-minute water tour. The development in front of us is a typical private condominium. Only 20% of the population lives in private estates, while the majority stays in public housing called HDB flats. Due to land scarcity, real estate prices in Singapore are among the highest in the world. A 3-bedroom private condominium such as this will easily cost between US $2 and $3 million. A similar-sized HDB apartment is about 40% cheaper. Most young couples choose to buy HDB flats. It takes 3 years for a new flat to be ready. Many shy Singaporean men may just ask their girlfriends, "Shall we apply for a flat?" when what they want to ask is, "Will you marry me?" Singapore is among the 20 smallest nations in the world with just 700 square kilometers of land area. The island measures 25 kilometers from north to south and 43 kilometers from east to west. With our growing population, Singapore is currently the 3rd most densely populated country in the world, ahead of Hong Kong. Singapore has a population of 5.5 million, of which 3.3 million are Singapore citizens. 40% of the people here are foreigners, of which 500,000 are permanent residents, while 1.7 million are foreign workers. Of the 3.3 million Singapore citizens, Indians make up 9.2% of the population, Chinese 74.2%, Malays 13.3%, and the remaining 3.3% of various origins. Straight ahead is the Formula One Singapore Grand Prix pit building. This pit building has 36 garages for 12 racing teams. Formula One returned to Singapore in 2008 after an absence of 36 years. It was then that the first night race for F1 was held here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Marina Reservoir. And kids, take a look. We are now like a boat. So we're now cruising on the waters. Do you know where we are going today? We're going to the Merlion. Okay, so we will all say hello to the Merlion this afternoon. If you need any assistance for photos, please do not hesitate to call my attention, and I would gladly assist you. So I'll just walk around for a quick one, and I'll assist you. Everybody, here. 1, 2, 3. One more. Okay. Lower the mask and put it back on. 1, 2, 3. There's another one. Go.
The iconic Singapore Flyer is ahead on our right. Standing at 165 meters, it offers a panoramic view of the city. A ride on the Flyer takes 30 minutes. On a clear day, you can see several Indonesian islands, as well as Malaysia. The Flyer is one of the most popular viewing platforms in Singapore. If you want to catch a ride on the Flyer, you may approach our ground crew for discounted tickets and a complimentary bus transfer to the Singapore Flyer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Singapore Flyer opened to the public in 2008, and at that time, this was the world's tallest observation wheel. This stands at 165 meters tall. However, we only held that title until 2014. You know what happened? Las Vegas in the United States built something taller. How tall, you ask? This is 165. What they built? 167.6 meters. Just a difference of 2.6, and we are now second place. But by next year, higher, and this will be much, much taller. How tall? 165. Dubai, 250 meters. Yes, 250 meters tall. That's the height of a 43-story high building.
Straight ahead is Gardens by the Bay. The concept of Singapore as a garden city was first introduced by the late Mr. Lee Kuan Yew in the 1960s. While developing this country, there was a conscious effort to pepper the concrete jungle with greenery whenever possible. The Gardens by the Bay sits on prime real estate and cost a whopping $700 million to build in 2012. See the two shell-like glass structures? They are the temperature-controlled garden conservatories. Entry to the flower dome and the cloud forest is chargeable. Behind the conservatories are the super trees and the elevated skyway. With heights ranging between 25 and 50 meters, these are vertical gardens teeming with plant life. You may want to catch the free nightly light show performances here. If you'd like to visit the gardens, you may approach our ground crew for assistance. Singapore, English, Mandarin, Malay, and Tamil. English is the main language, and it's used in business, government, and educational settings. Most visitors are surprised that the national language of Singapore is Malay. The Singapore government nominated it after independence from Britain in the 1960s due to our relations with Malay-speaking neighbors, Malaysia and Indonesia. In general, Malay is only spoken within the Malay community. Look across the bay and you can admire the many skyscrapers of the old financial district. Visit this area during lunchtime to experience many working executives buzzing past you at full speed. Singaporeans are some of the fastest walkers in the world, and this is particularly evident in the central business district, where we are most busy and crowded. According to research by the British Council, on average we walk a distance of 18 meters in 10.5 seconds. That is approximately 6 kilometers an hour. Here's a fun fact. That's also how fast bumblebees fly. Besides walking at a rapid pace, we eat quickly, text quickly, and there is even an unwritten rule for escalator usage. Keep left so that those who are in a bigger hurry can overtake swiftly. On our left is the iconic Marina Bay Sands Integrated Resort, or MBS for short. Look up and that is the magnificent skypop, an engineering feat. The observation deck sits on a cantilever platform overhanging the North Tower by 67 meters. At 191 meters above the ground, the deck offers you a picturesque view of the city. It is open to the public and admission charges apply. The white building on our left is the Art Science Museum. Referred to as the welcoming hand of Singapore, the structure is anchored by the round base in the middle, with 10 finger-like extensions. Although it has a resident exhibition, the Art Science Museum mostly hosts touring exhibitions curated by other museums. The structure is said to resemble a lotus flower. It is designed by the Israeli architect Moshe Safdie. The multicolored seats on your right are part of the Marina Bay Floating Stadium. It is home to the world's largest floating stage. Made entirely of steel, the floating platform can bear the weight of 9,000 people and 200 tons of stage props. This multi-purpose platform has been converted into a concert arena, a performance stage, and even used sparingly as a football pitch. With a seating capacity of 30,000, it is the prime venue for the annual New Year's Eve countdown concert. Ahead on our right, you will see a tall cylindrical building that is Swiss Hotel the Stanford. Designed by I.M. Pei, this 73-story establishment was once the tallest hotel in the world. It is home to the annual Vertical Marathon, where every year more than 2,000 participants partake in what is dubbed Asia's most grueling stair race. The record time, sub 7 minutes.
If you take a look around us, you will see a lot of very unique and interesting architecture, both old and new. The latest, of course, is the third Apple Store in Singapore, which has become an
multiracial society. Singapore is often identified as a vibrant gateway between East and West. With this unique global connectivity, Singapore is emerging as an important epicenter for arts and culture. Quack quack! Do you know what a durian is? Most locals love it. Called the king of fruits, the durian is known for its large size and formidable thorn-covered husk. A top-grade durian can cost as much as US dollars 30 per fruit. With a distinctive, pungent aroma, you would either love it or hate it. Yum!
Okay, boys and girls, take a look. Who is in front of us now? Yes, it's the Merlion. We're almost there.
In front of us is the Merlion Park, with the central business district in the background. The Merlion has the body of a fish and the head of a lion. The fish symbolizes Singapore's origins as a fishing village, while the lion is a tribute to the country's original Sanskrit name, Singapura, meaning Lion City. Legend has it that 700 years ago, a Sumatran prince, Sanglila Utama, gave the island this name after spotting a lion when he first set foot here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Merlion Park. We will pause here for a while to allow everybody a good look at the Merlion, take some pictures. Those on the left side, don't worry. We will make a turn and you'll also have the Merlion on your side. If you need any assistance for photos, I'll be around. I won't go anywhere else. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Let's have a. 1, 2, 3. Everybody, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, bye-bye, Merlion. Is this the original Merlion? What was the answer? This is the original Merlion, but not the original location. Okay, because in 1972, the Merlion was first installed at the mouth of the Singapore River at the back. Okay? And it was only in 2002 when the Merlion was transferred to where he is right now. And I'd like to show you a photo. So this was where the Merlion was first installed, at the back. Okay, it was only in 1997 when the Merlion when 2002 when the Merlion was transferred to where he is right now. You might be wondering, how much does it cost to go to use that? It's actually free. Yeah. However, all the slots for November is already booked. They will be opening the December slots on November 16 at 12 noon. Check out the website of DBS if you want to also experience a sailing experience of the waters of the Marina Bay.
Opened in 2010, the MBS is billed as the world's most expensive standalone casino property at US dollars 5.7 billion. It boasts 2,500 rooms, convention and exhibition halls, shopping malls, celebrity chef restaurants, theaters, and a museum. It is reported to be the world's largest atrium casino with 500 tables and 1,600 slot machines. Look up and you'll see the 340-meter-long Sky Park. There you'll find a 150-meter infinity swimming pool set on top of the world's largest public cantilevered platform. It is said that it was designed to resemble the Chinese character Shan, or mountain. In feng shui, mountain means backing, which ensures the house always wins. At Marina Bay Sands waterfront, you can watch the Light and Water Show at 8 p.m. nightly. The 13-minute light, music, and sound performance is free. There are two casinos in Singapore. Opened in 2010, both became the most profitable casinos in the world. In 2013, with a gaming revenue of US dollars 6 billion, Singapore is ranked third in the world behind Macau at 44 billion and Las Vegas at 7 billion. Vegas' 7 billion is contributed by 75 casinos, while Singapore's 6 billion is contributed by only 2. Ahead is the Helix Bridge. The bridge has 4 viewing platforms at strategic locations, providing stunning angles of the Singapore skyline, as well as underscoring events taking place within the Marina Bay. When night falls, the bridge is illuminated by a series of multi-hued lights that enhance the double helix design, which was inspired by the DNA structure. We are in the Marina Bay Reservoir. In the past, it mainly contained salt water and connected the Singapore River to the open sea. In 2008, the river mouth in front of us was sealed by the Marina Barrage. This barrage also helps in flood control for the city center. Singapore imports nearly 40% of our drinking water from Malaysia and is working towards self-sufficiency. Currently, 10% of our water supply is obtained through desalination. Revolting as it may sound, 30% of our nation's water needs is met by high-grade reclaimed water. The tap water in your hotel room or anywhere else in Singapore is well within the clean drinking water guidelines set by the WHO. The development around us, including MBS and Gardens by the Bay, is built on reclaimed land. Land reclamation has increased Singapore's landmass by a whopping 25%. That's equivalent to 8,000 football fields. All the sand needed for land reclamation is imported. Now you can appreciate the price of real estate in Singapore.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'll just be playing some music for the meantime. Enjoy the view around us and have a nice conversation as well. By the way, kids, if you are thirsty, now is the perfect time to drink your water. Okay, hydrate, please. Okay, we are calling this the Show Me game. Very simple. All you need to do is show me. This will be the bridge on our left side, straight ahead.
approaching Anderson Bridge. Erected in 1910, it is named after Governor Sir John Anderson, Commander-in-Chief of the Strait Settlements. During World War II, the Japanese would display heads of beheaded spies on this bridge.
No, but in the Philippines I driving.
We are now turning into the Civic District. By the 19th century, the British Empire ruled a quarter of the world's population, and Singapore was the crown jewel. As trade flourished under the British, immigrants flocked to Singapore in masses. The green on our right is called the Padang, meaning field in Malay. Over the past 185 years, the Padang has seen the trials and tribulations of the nation. The Padang was the center of colonial life and a place to promenade in the evenings. Europeans on horseback and in horse-drawn carriages were common then. Both the rich and poor gathered here. In the early hours of 8 December 1941, the Padang was bombed by the Japanese. In 3 short months, Britain's impregnable fortress fell into their hands. Singapore was renamed Sionanto, meaning the light of the south. All clocks were set to Tokyo time, and Singapore entered her darkest days. After the bombing of Hiroshima, General Yamashita surrendered to Lord Louis Mountbatten on 12 September 1945 at City Hall on our left. This was also the venue where Lee Kuan Yew declared Singapore's independence in 1965.
So on our left side, we have the Victoria Theatre and Concert Hall. We have the Arts House, which used to be the old Parliament building. The current Parliament building is the white building at the back. On our left side, this is the Supreme Court building, followed by the old City Hall, now combined to become the National Gallery, Singapore. We have here the St. Andrew's Cathedral. We have been occupying the same spot since 1836. But this is the second cathedral now. This was completed in the year 1861. So when one talks about land reclamation, you cannot miss mentioning Beach Road. Okay, so Beach Road, this would be Beach Road. Why do you think was it called Beach Road?
It was a beach.
Yes, it was the original coastline. So take a look at this map. The yellow line is actually the long stretch of Beach Road. So can you imagine that? Okay, so that means everything beyond Beach Road were all built on waters or reclaimed land. But of course, through the years, the city has grown by as much as 25%. So back then, the country was just only about 578 square kilometers. Right now, it's almost 720 square kilometers. And if you take a look at the map of the country right now, everything in red, reclaimed land. So sometimes some of our visitors or tourists, when we tell them that even Changi Airport, where you landed, was also built on reclaimed land, some are really quite still surprised to know about that. Okay. Will there still be land reclamation in Singapore? Yes, all the way until 2030 to accommodate the anticipated growth in population. Okay.
Bus. How old are you? What? 2? Are you almost 2? Or are you shy? Almost 2?
Usually that's like 2.
Oh, that's 2.
How old are you now, Tom?
How old are you? 2?
reclamation in this area, the coastline was pushed to almost more than 2 kilometers away. So if this was the coastline back then, that would make Raffles Hotel a beachfront hotel. And you know what, when I was looking around, I did see a photo taken from Raffles Hotel, and this was taken in 1914. Take a look. Yeah, I'll show it to you. Okay. This was taken from the front of the Raffles Hotel. And what's very interesting, if you take a look at the driveway on this side, see where that car came out? There's that white column. It's this. It's this column. You can still see it outside there, okay? And if this vendor is walking on the street, then that would be Beach Road. But if you even zoom it a little more, take a look at that. It's a boat. Yeah? Yeah. So this boat would be on this side here. And there are even more boats on this side here also. This side here. Okay, so again, really, this is the beachfront hotel. So this was 1914. That's also the reason why when we
Chinese geomancy had a great influence over the architectural design here. Suntec City is modeled after our left hand. Notice the 5-finger-like towers surrounding us? The shortest tower on our left represents the thumb. Positioned in the center of the palm is the world's largest fountain. Uniquely, the water flows inward. According to Chinese geomancy, this signifies wealth flowing into one's palm. If you're in Suntec this evening, remember to catch the free water fountain laser show at 8 p.m.
Okay, let's try to visualize what was just mentioned. The complex here was designed after our left hand. This is Tower 5, that's the thumb. Take a look. Towers 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these are the other 4 fingers of our left hand. And you have the fountain in the middle. If this is playing, the water flows inwards. This is symbolizing investments, opportunities, businesses, pouring into Suntec City. Yes, so that's Chinese geomancy. Yes.
We are now coming to the end of the tour. Remember to check with our crew at Suntec for your boarding pass privileges. Enjoy great savings to all top attractions in Singapore, such as the Flyer, Universal Studios, Gardens by the Bay, SEA Aquarium, River Safari, Night Safari, Zoo, City Night Tours, and more. Thank you for choosing Duck and Hippo. If there's anything that we can do to make your stay here even more pleasant, please let us know. Gratuities are customary. Feel free to tip any of our deserving crew for good service rendered. And finally, before you alight, remember to take all your belongings. Don't leave anything behind. See you soon.
Quack, quack. Oh no! Is the tour over? Oh, I will miss you all, especially the little duckies on board. Bye-bye. You pop by again. Quack, quack.
Fun and excitement on land and sea as you walk to
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now back here in Suntec City. Please remain seated until our dock has come to a complete stop and it is safe to alight. And likewise, please check your seats for any personal items that you might leave behind. So we hope today you learned a thing or two and you saw something new on this tour.